What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Your boy Toxic here on the mic once again. This is gonna be, I think, my second video recording straight away, but this is gonna be another story video. Today I'm going to be talking about the first time I almost got caught smoking the good shit, and you know what I'm talking about. So pretty much this was back when marijuana had barely become legal, but it was only legal for 21-year-olds and over, obviously, or medical card handlers. I was neither at the moment. I was 20. I still am 20, so it wasn't that far back. But what happened was, my friends and I were talking about how we wanted to smoke, and this was gonna be the first time we were gonna smoke in public and everything like that. I had done it like a long time ago before, but since it was hard for me to get, I wasn't legal age or anything like that, I didn't keep smoking it. But this was basically the first time I went out with those friends, smoking everything in the car, everything like that. So pretty much what happens is, my friend says he has a hookup from one of his friends at work. They sell him some. So we get that, and then we get. So pretty much what the plan was to get a glass piece, which is a pipe, get a lighter, bring the weed, get a grinder, everything like that, so we could do everything, put it in there. Now, again, I was pretty much a beginner smoker when we did this. So what happened was, I get in the car, we go out. I was busy when they told me they were coming already. So I tell them, give me a second, let me finish getting ready, and then I'll be out. So they say, okay, you take your time, we're gonna go buy the stuff, and we'll come back and pick you up after we're done buying everything. So I'm like, okay, whatever, you know, they're older than me, so they should know what to get and how to get everything, stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So I get in the car, so we decide we're gonna go smoke at the beach at night. So we go, I forgot what we went to go do first. I think we went to Korean barbecue. Yeah, I think that's what we did. And then we went to go eat. To go smoke. So we ended up deciding we were gonna go to the beach. We went to Redondo Beach Pier. It was pretty late. It was like 9:30ish, 10, something like that. So we get there. Wait, it wasn't that late. No, when we started, it was like 6:30 to 7, the first time. So my friend grinds up everything, and then he's like, I'm like, okay. I'm like, oh, let me see the pipe, right? Because originally that was the plan, was to use a pipe. And these dumb people tell me, and no, it's not offensive or anything. They're still good friends of mine. We're still good friends and everything. We still smoke once in a while. Excuse me. He said, oh, we got papers. I'm like, okay. Does anybody here know how to roll a joint, you know? Do you know how to do that? Nope. Look at my other friend. Nope. So one of my friends, he says he tried it once, so he can try if I want. I'm like, well, you got papers, so might as well try. So he starts rolling it. We start lighting it. I try puffing it a couple times. There's no airflow whatsoever. So pretty much what I tell them is, you know what, this is not gonna work. There's no airflow. I have never rolled, because of the one time I did smoke, they had already rolled it and everything like that. They were good friends, so I was okay with doing that. So I tell them, is there a smoke shop nearby so we can go buy a pipe? So we go do that. I have my friend that decided to get the pipe, because I was like, it's your fault. You're gonna pay for the papers, because we had originally said we were gonna use a pipe, and he decided to get papers because he was a 21-year-old. So we were like, just let him go inside. We had never been into a smoke shop besides then, so I was like, just in case, I don't want them tripping or nothing, let him go inside alone. He gets papers. So we get a pipe, we go back to the beach, we put all the grinded stuff into. Now that I think about it, it was not a good idea to grind up the weed if we're gonna use a pipe. To be honest, if you're gonna use a pipe, maybe get like a big nug, like not a nug, but like a big piece of it. Put it on the hole, depending on how big the hole is, and then put some of the grind it up on top of that, so you don't get that little pieces of weed in your mouth when you're smoking it, because that's what we did. Obviously, it was our first time really preparing it, so I didn't know. I ended up getting like 3 or 4 pieces of little tiny little pieces in my mouth. I had to spit them out and everything, so that was pretty annoying. So yeah, do that if you guys ever try. I'm not recommending it, I'm not saying you guys should or anything, but if you guys do, you know, prep. Make sure you know what you're doing. So yeah, we do that, right? So alright, we're passing it around, playing some music. We're playing like Bob Marley in the beginning. Then once we kind of start feeling it, we start putting some Led Zeppelin on, you know, some stoner music. Not really stoner music, but like we like the 70s show, and that's what they listen to, so we tried it out, and we like Bob Marley, so that's why we were playing Bob Marley first. So then we started playing Led Zeppelin and stuff like that. So yeah, it's pretty good music for when you're faded, you know. So it was pretty entertaining to listen to that while faded. Besides that, we're smoking and stuff like that. Everything's going by as usual. My friend's in the back seat, just tripping balls. He's back there like, oh my god, what's that light? Oh my god, what's that light? What's that light? What's that light? I'm like, dude, we're by a beach. We're pretty much on the pier, looking at the water. Those are cars either leaving, coming to the beach, or driving by. There's houses behind us too, bro. So he's pretty much tripping balls, and he's the one that recommended smoking on the beach. So I'm like, dude, why would you recommend smoking on the beach if you knew you were gonna be this paranoid? Like, he was already he wasn't 21 either, so it was still illegal for us to be doing it, except for my other friend who was just 21. But it would have been a pretty bad thing for him because he is 21 in the car. So they would have thought he bought it or whatever like that. So pretty much we're smoking and everything, and we start seeing the light come down. Now at this point, we've been listening to music, have the sunroof open, we're just looking out, tripping, you know, because you know, our eyes are fucking tripping on everything. We did a pretty hefty amount for our first time, so our eyes are tripping, thinking we're seeing shit, even though we're not. So it's not like a psychedelic, but kind of like letting your imagination roam freely, so you feel like you see things even though you're not. Which I still do that, like on occasion when I want to. So yeah, we do that, and then we see these lights coming down, and we're like, what is that? So originally we're thinking it's a cop because we see the lights like the ones they have on the side where it's like a flashlight, right? So we're like, oh shit, it's the cops. We have the fucking sunroof open, everything like that. We weren't really trying to hotbox, we were just trying to smoke for the first time. So we're like, holy shit, does this smell? So pretty much what me and my other friend did is we popped out our vapes and we started vaping the shit out of it. Keep in mind, that's still illegal for both of us because at this point we're both 20, so that's still illegal, but not as illegal as us smoking weed, pretty much, you know. I don't want because my mom knows I use the vape. She didn't know at that point that I smoked, so I was not trying to get my parents called over smoking, and I was trying not to get a ticket for that. I was like, maybe if I do the vape, I can explain like, oh, I've been on cigarettes, so I'm trying to quit, and this is what's helping me, or whatever like that. I went from 6 to 3, you know, just making up excuses. Hopefully they'll let us go with a warning or whatever. It turns out it was a fucking beach patrol. So, I mean, yeah, we still had to worry because they could call the cops on us. But, in all seriousness, it's a fucking beach patrol. If you're not doing anything that's highly illegal, which at that point smoking weed wasn't illegal, even though it is illegal in public still. We weren't beating anybody up. We weren't having like bitches in the car having sex and stuff like that. We weren't fucking dealing cocaine and stuff like that, you know. As long as it's not super highly like bad, then usually the beach patrol will leave you alone. But yeah, sorry you guys that it wasn't like a whole big cop chase or whatever like that, but it was a pretty trippy balls experience, you know. I seen the lights, my friend seen the lights, we're tripping, we're hearts beat racing, everything like that. Ended up being a beach patrol. He went around a couple times, my friend was still tripping, but everything ended up being okay. So yeah, if you guys want to hear more of these stories, leave a like down below, subscribe if you're new, comment what you want to see next. I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, toxic_626. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.